What's up guys, Gemma here and back again for another video, and I just want to say I've just not long got in from work and I'm feeling and looking rather tired. But that to one side, we're not here to impress by our amazing gorgeous looks. We're here to talk about 5 Wii U games that you have to have on the system. Now, having put out this video right here, I talked about the kind of Wii U and how relevant it still is in 2018, and it was a video response to Beat 'em Up's video whereby he said it's not worth it anymore. I completely disagreed, and if you guys want to check that video, it will be in the cards over there if you want to go and kind of add some value to the comment section. Really, I got some great feedback from you guys, and more importantly, a lot of you guys actually said you were kind of thinking about getting a Wii U and you'd started to look on some selling sites, so I figured what better video to do than right now is just talk about 5 titles you've got to own. Now, I want to put in a little disclaimer. Splatoon would have been in here, however, I've given it away. I've given it away to my nephews. They have a Wii U. They are yet to upgrade to the Switch, so for them, it's very relevant. So Splatoon is going to get an honorary mention, okay? I love that game. I have Splatoon 2 on my Switch, but my nephews are now firmly enjoying from their best auntie in the world some Splatoon. So guys, let's take a look, and as ever, smash your 5 below and let me know if you can, because I'm definitely going to be like padding up my Wii U games. You can get them really cheap at the minute, guys, so let me know your recommendations in the comment section below. So first up then is a game I spent a lot of time with, and that is Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. This is a game that really deserves a lot of attention on the Wii, and unfortunately it's one of those games that isn't talked about enough. I actually would go as far as to say it is a bit of a gem on the Wii U. And Treasure, and it just, what is it? It's an awesome game. It's very charming. It's a puzzle game with an isometric feel. It's very fast, it's very witty, and the aim of the game is to kind of work your way through these isometric kind of levels, dodging various obstacles, solving various puzzles to get to your goal. Once you've got to the goal, you can then move on to the next level, and so on and so forth. And the levels do vary in style, size, colour, variation. You know, you've got your classic Mario characters in there, and there's some really awesome stuff, and there's a lot to be said about this game. Unfortunately, I haven't played it with my nephews, but it's definitely one that I need to kind of start playing with him because he's so into his Nintendo stuff. It is unbelievable. I'm so proud. And I don't think we've seen Toad as a protagonist enough. Now, on the back of the case, it does say that you have various abilities such as pluck, chuck, smash, and ride. So it's kind of up to you really how you get through these levels. There's lots, like I said, lots of variation of levels and the way you can actually approach them, and I just had a ton of fun with it. Like, I really did. And if you're thinking about getting a Wii U, this is a must-own title. It is absolutely a stellar game. Let's keep going. Mario Kart 8. No surprises here. Feel the glare? Yes. No surprises here with this one really. Had a bit of a bad experience with this when it first came out, as it was delivered late, and I remember being devastated that it was delivered 2 days late despite being shipped from Nintendo like 2 days before launch. So I was like really bummed out. So I kind of like, I see this box and I remember how frustrated I was. I think I even took the day off work and it never arrived. But nonetheless, the game itself is really solid, and it follows the premise of many other Mario Kart games out there in that you can race in the Grand Prix, there's battles, and you can race online, there's couch co-op, there's a ton of fun as usual, and as ever there's all of the classic Mario characters bundled in with an absolute plethora of tracks to choose from. Now, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is obviously out on the Switch, and that just includes all the DLC that came out with, eventually came out with this. So you can still get a lot out of this, but you will need to pay for the DLC, so bear that in mind. That is a major difference. And obviously with the Switch version, you get that classic double dash feel with the 2 items, the 2 item ability, whereas this you only get the 1. But nonetheless, I can recline, I can't recline. It's a Mario Kart game. It is awesome. It's not my favourite in the series. The first one's my favourite, but I think it's a must-own game, and unfortunately with these games that I've already mentioned, they hold their value, so beware. You can get them cheap, but it might take a little bit of diving into. Next up then is a game that I have played with my nephews. Unfortunately, they didn't have they didn't have the attention span to stick it with Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U. Now again, I remember when this came out, it was a huge deal down at EGX. There were loads and loads of tournaments, and I think for me that is one of the strong points about any Super Smash Bros. Game, in that there's some really kind of opportunity to have friendly competition. Never before have I seen gamers get so into things, like so passionate about winning and having so much fun with it at the time, and that for me is the crucial thing about this. It is friendly competition. It's not aggressive competition, it's not sadistic competition, it's just an absolute ton of fun and you can't help but laugh your way through it. Now again, the beauty of these games, as with all Nintendo games, you've got your run of pretty much every Nintendo character out there, so there's definitely going to be some familiarity for you. If you haven't picked up a Nintendo game for quite some time, again, this, you'll see some kind of familiarities, like Link, you know, there's just so many, I mean, just look at this, there's so much, like Kirby, Princess Peach, there's going to be something in it for you. Now admittedly, it isn't my favourite game out of this 5, however, it is definitely worth looking into, and I want to know from you guys if you've played it and if you've enjoyed it, and what is your favourite Super Smash Bros. Game, because let's pray, let us hope that we get one on the Switch. A lot of you guys have been asking and tweeting and going crazy about it. This for the Switch and F-Zero would be a godsend for me, but nonetheless, you've got to pick this up guys on the Wii U, it's beautiful. Next up then is a game that may be pretty obvious. I've saved the curveball game to the last, okay? I've saved the curveball game to the last, but second to last. I'm gonna just cover it up with this so you don't see it there. We got Super Mario Bros. U, Wii U. Great little game. Again, follows heavily from like your previous 3DS versions, and it you know, if you've played Mario Brothers on the Wii, you've got a good sense of what you're going to get out of this, in that there's loads of different worlds to kind of meander through. There's 8 in total, as there are in, like, you know, your classic Mario 3s. Bright colours, loads of things to do, loads of enemies along the way, and as ever, it's our mission to just kick Bowser's ass and rescue the princess. Ruben is addicted to this game. He absolutely loves his Mario Bros. U, and obviously with that you've got the little spin-off with the Luigi version as well. I'm yet to get that, but it's maybe definitely, what is this voodoo? It's definitely going to be one that I'm going to be getting, so I'm super psyched. I think there's loads of longevity with this, and for me, it doesn't matter how many times I've played it, I always get the most fun out of the first level. That first level on this really is awesome, with like the rotating, you know, the kind of rotating land, and there's just so much fun. And I see a lot of my childhood in it as well, having grown up on the NES and the Super Nintendo, you know, playing like Mario Bros. 1, or like 2, even though it's got a completely different vibe, 3, and then if you've got All Stars, the Lost Levels, so there's so much of that in there, there's so much of my childhood happy memories lodged within this. So if you can get it guys, you get yourself a decent bundle, you get yourself a decent price on a console, you've got to pick up this game. Right, the curveball then. Like I said, Splatoon gets an honorary mention. Unfortunately, I don't have it here because I gave it away to my nephews. It's important to me that they game as well. I picked out, guys, Rayman Legends. Now it was going to be a toss-up between Rayman Legends and Hyrule Warriors. Now I picked this because Hyrule Warriors for me got a little bit boring a little bit too quickly, whereas Rayman for me still has that nostalgic kick, so if you played it on the PS1, definitely pick it up on this as well. There's this really cool level with like music, and you know, there's lots of timing, timed jumps and routes to kind of go on, and it plays along beautifully with the music. It's absolutely awesome. It's really quirky, really fun, and I think again it just feeds into my kind of like obsession with bright colours. Like I love bright colours in games, I love bright colours. And Rayman just is so aesthetically pleasing to look at. Definitely let me know if you've played it, and let me know what your favourite Rayman game is, or in fact whenever you first played a Rayman game. Maybe you even haven't played a Rayman game, but if you haven't, where have you been? This is awesome. So there we go, here they are. That's actually quite a good arrangement. You'll see you'd have seen additional footage on B-roll by now anyway guys, but 5 games you must play on the Wii U, essential titles, staple titles. I hope that you guys can get a console cheap. Like I said in the video that I did in my last video, You can find Wii U's cheap on Facebook selling sites. If you stick with things like game, you're going to be paying that little bit more, which is unfortunate, but a big bit of digging goes a long way in terms of like game hunting. That's what I believe anyway. So good luck out there, guys. Let me know what you thought of the video, and definitely hit like and keep your notification bell on and press that red button, because there's loads planned, there's loads coming, and hopefully, guys, I'll catch you on stream this weekend as well. We've got loads of fun stuff coming, so thank you very, very much. All the social media links are in the description if you guys are, you want to check stuff out. If you want to join me on Patreon, I'm putting behind the scenes stuff on there. I'm looking at revamping Patreon a little bit and adding more content and maybe some different tiers. But at the minute, there's like time-lapse thumbnails, there's kind of behind the scenes stuff, what my green screen things look like before I set streams up. So go and check that out as well if you want to kind of, it's $1 a month, man. It's like 80p. But nonetheless, all that matters to me is you enjoy the content. So guys, without further ado, have a good one. My name's Gemma, take care. See you soon.